One thing in the music landscape that will never go away on the internet is people's shitty music takes and rankings of that music. I mean, shit. I have this whole ass channel where I do exactly that. And yeah, I'm gonna be trashing on shit that I do myself. It is what it is. Type your long paragraphs, tag me on Twitter with some death threats. I don't care, cause low-key today, I'm feeling extra hypocritical and narcissistic. And you know, everyone's entitled to an opinion and has the freedom of saying things they don't like or like about an album of an artist. I'm not the one to tell you not to post your shitty rap threads on why Drake is the GOAT, which he's not. But hey, it's all subjective, right? Like I said, not here to tell you what not to do, and everyone's entitled to an opinion, right? It's all fine and dandy over here. Well, everyone's entitled to an opinion until you include corporations and multiple people involved to make one clusterfuck of an album ranking. Then now we got a problem. And what better corporation to do exactly this than Apple? A corporation with such insane detail and craft in the way it presents a phone or a computer or a streaming service. Surely there's just no way for such a perfect corporation to screw up rankings nobody asked for. Because let's be real, we all know the outcome of these lists. Apple is not the first to do this. And there have been some horrendous ones over the years. You'll probably find some lists dick riding Ice Spice or Taylor Swift. There's a reason everyone thought they were gonna put Ice Spice or Taylor Swift in the top 10. It's just such a cliche move for these rankings to be. But to my surprise, this ranking didn't have Taylor in the top 10 at all. They just had Taylor's version of 1989 sitting at 18 though. You know, this is not a shabby spot for a top 100 albums list that includes Taylor Swift. Shit, we just moved up a block in the gated community by how hard we were bumping this shit. Cause who the fuck bumping Revolver, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, The Dark Side of the Moon, Illmatic, or Kid A over Taylor Swift? Not me, bruh. Holy shit, this gotta be one of the wackiest takes on this list. Sure, Taylor ain't even in the top 10, but the albums below her just don't be making sense. And out of all the Taylor Swift albums, who decided to put 1989, Taylor's version no less? That shit ain't even better than the original 1989 album. I'm not even a Taylor Swift fan like that, and I know she's released better projects than a re-release of an album that lost it to Pimp a Butterfly. Yeah, I'm still salty about that. On God though, I want to know who at Apple picked that album in the ranking, because I could probably make a wild guess on what they'd be looking like. They definitely attended the Eras Tour movie and frolicked in a circle at the theater. Please, for the love of God, nobody wants Swifties to help put out an album ranking, because Taylor be programming these fans to absolutely dick ride the fuck out of her work, even if it ain't even her best work, bruh. Looking at this list helped remind me of when Midnight's won Album of the Year at the Grammys this year, and I absolutely lost it. I already mentioned a lot of this in my Grammys video, but I feel like yet again, the list is just trying to adhere to popular music and discredit actual long-standing and deeper art. I mean, shit, I'm not a Taylor Swift hater, and I'm a Kanye fan. And as a Kanye fan, I gotta state real quick that you cannot have My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy just sitting at 26. Taylor's version of 1989 is not better than My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. And on God though, there should be some more Kanye albums on this list. A lot of these albums on this list would not be on there if it wasn't for Kanye's influence. But hey, we shouldn't stroke Kanye's ego too much. That shit can go south real quick. Honestly, I wouldn't even be mad if Taylor's version was a little higher up in the ranking, somewhere between like 70 to 100, because there's just no way someone could put this album above certain albums. Hell, there's even albums in the 80 to 100 range that I think are better than 1989. Shit, I even think Drake's Take Care sitting at 47 is better. SZA's SOS in my opinion is better. And how can we forget the discredit of jazz in this ranking with John Coltrane sitting at 54 and Miles Davis sitting at 25? Jazz don't be getting the credit it deserves in album rankings, even though it's definitely one of the most prominent and lasting genres in music. You see bits of this genre scattered through in all sorts of subgenres, especially in hip-hop, and yet they don't want to give a good spot to the jazz artists that redefined the genre and gave it a grip in pop culture. It's honestly just crazy. And who the fuck put Sade's album at 61? That's a crime on its own. This whole album ranking is a fucking crime. Even my boy Tyler the Creator got done dirty with Flower Boy sitting at 92. Like bro, as a diehard Tyler fan, you cannot put Flower Boy on an album ranking and not have Igor included. Igor straight up redefined what an artist can do using experimentation, but still at the same time keeping it fresh and full of outside influence. Flower Boy is a great album and all, but if we're talking about music that's just on another level in Tyler's discography, it's going to Igor. And yeah, I'll take Igor over 1989 any day. Suck my dick, Swifties. I bet a lot of you Swifties are saying right now, oh, but you would probably do the same for Kendrick and put him real high up in the list. You're guilty of dick riding too. And yeah, you absolutely fucking right. I have no shame for dick riding someone who made an anthem calling Drake a pedo and got the whole world singing that shit. That's some GOAT status right there, bruh. And also, like I said before, I like substance and quality rather than pop that anybody can listen to. Which, yeah, I gotta admit, anybody can enjoy Taylor Swift's album, which is why I think it should be in the top 100, not at 18 though. And you know, I'm kinda glad Good Kid Mad City is sitting at 7 above Taylor's album. But like, come on, why are we choosing Good Kid Mad City but not to Pimp a Butterfly? Like, if you're gonna choose one, at least choose T-Pab, and if we really go on there, choose both, because both albums gotta be some of the most revolutionary things in hip-hop. What pisses me off about this ranking the most is that some artists have multiple albums on this ranking, while some only just get one. And they're usually at a shitty spot. I mean, the Beatles got a few albums on this ranking. I mean, in my opinion, the Beatles should be higher up, but shit, I'm happy they got a few albums, because they are absolutely goated. Also, I think Revolver should be higher than Abbey Road, but that's just me though. I'm happy Abbey Road still got his credit at the number 3 spot though. Anyways, Beyonce also got a few albums on this list too, which is fine I guess. Beyonce pretty good. But like, point is, why didn't they put To Pimp a Butterfly on this list, but still get multiple albums from an artist a ranking? It makes you wonder, who exactly are picking these albums? Well, according to Apple, the list was chosen by a committee that includes artists, Apple Music employees, and industry insiders, and that it's a love letter to the records that have shaped the world and we live and listen to. So yeah, it just sounds like a similar rigged program to the Grammys, but instead of having it on TV, they just post the albums on Twitter for everyone to dog on. So yeah, I don't know how credible these people are, and you could just tell Apple trying to scurry and come up with an excuse to not put To Pimp a Butterfly on there, because they posted on Twitter a video explaining why they chose Good Kid Mad City over To Pimp a Butterfly. But the kicker to this video is the caption where it reads, "For an artist with a catalog like Kendrick Lamar, it's tough to pick just one album." Like, bruh, Apple's some dumbasses for having this ignorance to Kendrick, but they'll gladly give any artist a few spots. This shit pissing me off, bro. But let's take a look at this video for their explanation.
Why Good Kid Mad City?
To Pimp a Butterfly actually caused a little bit of division in the hip-hop discussion. And I think it's because To Pimp a Butterfly is dense and takes more work.
Yeah.
This Good Kid Mad City is laid bare for you. It's very, you know, for those that don't want to have to dig in.
Yeah, my bro just said a whole lot of nothing. He basically just said that the reason he didn't put the album on the list is because Good Kid Mad City is an easier listen and that Kendrick's more complex records doesn't appeal to certain people. This whole video explains why this list is so dog shit perfectly. So yeah, I guess that's our explanation as to why 1989 is so high up. It's less complex than other records. Honestly though, compared to other lists, Apple's isn't as trash as other rankings, because the top 5 low-key a little interesting, but kind of valid. Of course, we got Abbey Road sitting at top 3, which is fine, but definitely the most surprising one I saw is Blonde sitting at the top 5. Honestly, as a Frank Ocean fan myself, I'm not too mad about this one, but like Blonde at top 5 albums of all time? I don't know, seems a little bit of a stretch, but I'm happy Frank got some credit, because he for real one of my favorite artists. On God though, this shit seems like a tactic to get Frank to drop and give him a little motivation, but we all know he ain't dropping. So cut this shit, Apple. Fuck Frank for scamming his fans at Coachella. But shit, I kind of forgive him now. It's been a year since I last made my video. Please just drop some music, bro. 8 years without music is fucking criminal. Honestly, the top 2 kind of the only dub on this list, because the miseducation of Lauryn Hill is sitting at number 1, which is kind of valid. I don't really care for that one that much, because honestly, I don't think Lauryn Hill gets the credit she deserves. I mean, she's definitely the GOAT. As Kanye once said, I've been uninspired since Lauryn Hill retired. But hey, that line gonna age well soon because she dropping soon, I think. And oh boy, I can't wait for that. Do I think Thriller at 2 should have been number 1? Honestly, I don't really know. I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan, but I'm not really that mad. Thriller or Lauryn Hill could have been number 1. Still doesn't change the fact this list is dog shit. All of these top 100 lists are based almost entirely off of reader polls or some hand-selected groups of people giving their personal opinion. That's why they all flop. Some better than others, but they all flop. All these corporations doing these top 100 lists are just a way to rile people up and start controversy for the sake of their brand, which I guess I'm feeding into in a way. But hey, at least I have the eyes to see through all this bullshit and to let y'all know to not take this shit seriously. Art is subjective, but sometimes we can all agree it can be objective sometimes. Anyways, just remember people's opinions shouldn't stop you from creating. And yet again, opinions from old ass motherfuckers doesn't define art. Anyways, remember to join the Discord. I'm always active on there. And sometimes if you join, y'all help with some videos. Make sure to subscribe and like. It always helps. But I'm out this bitch.